guys, this is episode 2 of the Titletown Fantasy Football YouTube channel, also on TikTok and Facebook. So be sure to check it out there. I got some pretty good feedback from people in the fantasy football leagues that I'm in on the first episode, and so I thought I'd give it a go for round 2. So here I am. This one I wanted to talk about two unicorns, like literally two very, very, very stud players that I think are going to regress this season. And I don't think that there's going to be any surprise when I say this. But I do think that you're going to see these players going super high from an ADP standpoint, super, super high, and deservedly so. But I do think that they're not going to perform to the same level that they did last season. I think that there's going to be a little bit of a step back. The first is Jayden Daniels. I think Jayden Daniels played out of his mind last year. I think he came in as a rookie, he played the part that Caleb Williams was supposed to play, and Jayden Daniels just took it and ran with it. I think he was like QB5 on the year, and just absolutely hammered out some insane games. Clearly or obviously took him to the playoffs, and is going to be a very good quarterback for a long, long time in the NFL. That said, I think their schedule last year was a hell of a lot easier than it's going to be this coming season. And when you look at what they're actually going to do, I think he's going to step back the same way that CJ Stroud stepped back going from year 1 to year 2. Stroud, I think, was QB11 his rookie year. Obviously, I think he missed 2 or 3 games last season, but he wound up QB18. Within there, injuries play a part. Nico Collins was out. Tank Dell was out. But let's not pretend that that's, similar storylines won't happen or can't happen for the Washington Commanders this season. So Jayden Daniels is going to be a regression candidate number 1. And then number 2, who I think I'm going to get a lot of, crap for, but Brock Bowers. He, in my opinion, he's a unicorn. I think this dude is probably the best tight end to come out of college in a long, long time. I think he is what Kyle Pitts was supposed to be when Kyle Pitts came out of college. And he obviously put up, just absurd numbers last year. But I don't know that production can be matched. I mean, hopefully it can. Hopefully for everybody that has him in a keeper league, a dynasty league, takes him in a redraft league, takes him in a new startup, like hopefully Brock Bowers just becomes an absolute perennial powerhouse like Travis Kelce, like Tony Gonzalez, like Rob Gronkowski. Obviously he can do that, but I just don't know that he's matching 26 points per game, 35 points per game, 37 points per game, 24 points per game, 27 points per game. Like those are hard numbers to maintain. And I know he did it with, not a great supporting cast around him. His quarterback play was very sloppy and not top quarterback play, throughout the season. But I just think I think he's definitely, in line for regression. I look at him and I go, he's much better than Sam Laporta is, but Sam Laporta came out and was tight end number 1 straight out of college and regressed back to tight end 8 the next season. So I'm a little bit skeptical, but optimistic that we maintain these unicorn status with these two guys. But yeah, that's just my take on two very, very high ADP players going into their second year and then going into a new fantasy season after putting up just absurd numbers the year before. So peace. Thank you.